Good morning. Which one is that? Facebook?
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. So this is Facebook. You can go ahead and start. I'll get this up.
Huh. Good morning. Good morning. Wait for a few people to tune in this morning on this beautiful Tuesday. We'll get crack-a-lacking.
There we are. We're live on all three. Recording on YouTube, but live on Instagram and Facebook.
Perfect.
Good morning. How you guys doing today? I want to welcome you to another session over here. Kimiona and myself, Michael, with 808 Cleanups. And we just had our weekly meeting to go over this week's agenda and catch up on some things. So lots of great stuff happening. We've been very excited to see you guys doing your cleanups and checking it into the app and sharing your photos and videos. So please keep up the great work. We're almost at the end of October. And if you've been tracking in the app, it's doing monthly reports now for everyone to see. So it's keeping track both on the map and also a list of the cleanups. So make sure to check that out. But we'll do a full monthly report in early November to cover all the bases.
Good morning, Micah and Lacey. They're joining us right now. Good morning, everybody. Since we have Micah watching, we want to just highlight Protectors of Paradise for their work that they're doing out on the west side. Thank you so much for being leaders in that community. We're going to tie up with you folks a little bit later in this month actually in November as well, to kind of set up some additional plans. So for all of you that have been supporting us through Kiavaula and our West Side Wednesday efforts, it's in no small part due to Micah, his Ohana, and Protectors of Paradise. So we want to just mahalo them for being, again, those great stewards out there. So good morning.
Good morning. So, what have we been talking about this morning, good sir?
Well, we went through a little bit of our plans into 2020, talking a little bit about, again, those gray zones, right? And these are zones that people may not be taking accountability to, or that there's some complications with city and state and federal government, and no one really wants to do anything in those spaces because it's always someone else's issue. So, we talked a little bit about it in our past videos about trying to launch this new campaign in terms of addressing some of these sites, and we've gotten a pretty good list of sites that we are proposing to do. So we're going to be looking at some logistics. How do we get a group of people in there safely? How do we, or if we need to, arrange for bin disposal or trash disposals? And we really want to encourage our community of volunteers and partners to really tie into that effort, because it's really going to be driven by how we engage each other in these spaces. And so we, again, welcome the feedback as far as where you think could use a little extra help. The idea is to launch a very large cleanup on a Saturday or on a different day, where we can get the most done quickly, efficiently, and safely. So, right now the conversations for November look like North Road. And shout out to Lacey and Lauren, who've been doing some excellent work out there, as well as some of our priors, Maria and Isabel, who's also been tackling that site. But that's kind of where we're headed in November. So be on the lookout for that. Be aware of that coming up very soon.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wanted to make mention of the app, just to catch you guys up to speed. We do have version 3.5 out now. So please make sure to check and make sure you have the updated version either in your App Store or Play Store. The great features that are included in this one include updated photo uploads, and also, let's see what else is on there. Also, prom reports, you can put a photo on there too, which is really helpful to see exactly what we're looking at. It was mostly on this version a lot of just back-end fixes. I think there were some issues with one of the photo uploads, and also there was something else in the update, which I can't remember. But make sure you update on it, because that's the way you're going to get all the good features into it. Please use the app as much as you can. We definitely want you to log your data into the app. Use it to connect with people. I had a really good question recently about adding calendar events. There was some concern with a member who didn't want phone number or email listed, but that's pretty much our standard for the calendar events. But if that's something you want to avoid, you can still put a group cleanup in the app, and people can only message you through the app, through the messaging system built into the app. So keep that in mind. If you want to put group events in, those are the two main options. But the reason why we want people to have email and phone is we get lots of people. It's usually, different age groups who aren't familiar with the spot, and we want them to have that confidence to know that someone will be reached. We don't want to have a event posted and then something comes up. We just want a way to have a backup system so people can contact them. Um, and of course, they can contact me at the main number, but I may not know the situation too. I may learn about after the fact that something was canceled or something came up. So it's always best to have the organizer themselves be the contact person with me as a backup, of course. So just keep that in mind. With that being said, I invite you to post calendar events. Since we have been sharing more events, we've been seeing increased turnout. And the pro tip for that is please send those in as soon as you can. Um, you get so many more benefits posting it at least 2 weeks, sometimes a month in advance. I do occasionally get some that are the night before, and those you really aren't going to have people see that the night before. So just keep that in mind. The sooner you can get something confirmed, the better, and then I can throw it right up on the calendar. And we get lots of people showing up. I think a lot of cleanups we've been having 30, 40 people show up, so that's great to see. So please use that to support your efforts out there.
Thank you for that. We're gonna be we're gonna be redoing some of the step by steps on how to use the app. So that's coming up as well. We'll be posting that to our pages just to keep people aware of or bring them into the awareness of what we're looking into, how to use the functions. We try to keep it as simple as possible, but also have great value added to it as well. So for those of you who may have a little bit of hesitancy in using the app, don't sweat it. Definitely reach out to us. And we got some awesome app users out there in our 808 Cleanups family. So a lot of people can help. And part of that feedback goes to, what was the email address if they have feedback on the app?
Sure, 808clamps@gmail.com. But if you don't remember that, you can send it to the 808clamps@gmail.com and I can forward it to Jen.
Yeah.
She's been doing an awesome job fixing things. And again, let us know if you have any bugs or issues. She's been addressing those too.
Yeah.
That's the normal, that happens with apps all the time, but she's been on it and has been great. And I hope you guys are enjoying the app as much as I am. I think we're over 1,100 users now. That
Mm-hmm.
was actually, that's probably over that by now because I think that
Right.
was from 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So
Yeah.
awesome work, guys.
And if you are not aware, today we are streaming on Facebook, Instagram, and our YouTube channel. So definitely want to get the users up on our YouTube channel. We're definitely open to, how do we produce content for the channel, as well as how do we keep our momentum moving in a direction and supporting the people around us as well. So just want you to know that.
Yeah, on that note, I just want to note historically this last quarter is our slowest quarter as far as volunteer turnout and activities, and that's totally understandable. People are traveling for the holidays. We got Halloween this week, we got Thanksgiving, we got Christmas, New Year's, so many events, so many activities to join in. But on that note, that's also a great opportunity. If you're already meeting people, friends, family at the parks, take that time and do a cleanup and share it. Use that as an opportunity and a strength to do even more. Because it's so easy. Like I was just getting back into running, it's so easy to lose track of some activity you're doing before. So try to do at least one cleanup per month if you can, and we definitely want you guys to share it. A lot of people may not see the importance of logging the data. Maybe they picked up a pound or two of rubbish and they might think it's not significant. It is significant, both
Mm-hmm.
in getting that rubbish removed, but I tell you what is even more important in the long term is people seeing that.
Right.
Part of what we're trying to do as a team in 308 Clamps is change that psychology of not my problem, someone else's problem. Um, it's not my duty to clean it up. And that's, I have to disagree with that. I think it's all of our responsibilities.
Right.
It shouldn't be anyone's job to clean up after other people, but to solve that, it does have to be people stepping up and taking action. It can't just be people sitting around complaining about how littered things are. That doesn't achieve anything. But what achieves something is doing it and the outreach. So that's where the sharing the post and logging the data comes into play. And the people meeting you in the field. We meet
Mm-hmm.
awesome folks who are, they don't even know why we're cleaning up. They must think we're doing it for community service hours or something,
Right.
which some people do, which is great. But a lot of you guys, you just want to make a difference, and that's wonderful. So please continue sharing your posts and your data and your photos. If you need help with anything, let us know. We're happy to help.
Yeah. So this is a Halloween week. First and foremost, have a safe trick or treating. If you folks
Mm-hmm.
are going out, be safe. We don't really have some things scheduled for this week, as far as just our schedules, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you are interested, obviously, create a group cleanup. Please do so. Be safe and have a great time. Save me
Yeah.
some Reese's peanut butter cups.
Awesome. So let's see what else we can talk about here. There's plenty of stuff to talk about. Actually, you know what? We've had some questions about Adopt a Site recently. And again, just to reiterate, Adopt a Site, if you do want to request supplies, it really helps us if you've already had some cleanup activity, and that includes attending group events or doing cleanup posts on your own. We just want to have that accountability there because we do get a lot of requests and we do prioritize based on activity level. Um, we do ask people what their previous activity was and what their goals are for 3 months. Sometimes I get requests for a lot of supplies, and our funding isn't, invincible. It does take quite a bit of funding to do the supplies. So we just want to make sure they get used for a certain period of time and that you guys will share the post. So go out of your way, please, to share the post or join the events,
Mhm.
and you will definitely get your supplies. Actually, we just set up a volunteer right before this video with some supplies, and she joined Lacey. It was Allison joined Lacey at the cleanup yesterday. That's all we need to see.
Yeah.
But if I get an email from someone who I've never heard of and they're asking for 30 buckets and 100 gloves and so on and so forth, I'm like, what's this for? Like it sounds great, but unfortunately, we've had some people over time disappear with sometimes hundreds of dollars of supplies, and that just it makes me feel awful because it goes beyond just me working with them trying to set it up and then I don't hear from them again. It's donors' money, and we want that to be used for the mission.
Right.
And I'm hoping that it went out there and did some good, but I don't know. I can't. I have to be able to verify that. So please, 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 especially if you request supplies, we just need to verify it. Again, like everyone else, share your data, share your photos. That's all we ask. I think that's pretty reasonable. But when you want to request supplies, we do ask a minimum of 3 months commitment with one cleanup per month. You can definitely do more than that if you want, but that's pretty much what we're setting the standard at to get the supplies and be part of Adopt a Site. But thank you guys for joining and sharing like you do.
Yeah. Great job.
Yeah, awesome. I'm going to grab some of the bags and show people because we still got some of those canvas
Sure.
bags that I wanted to share.
Sure. So we got some products coming up for you folks to take a look at. That's where Michael went to go take a look at. Um, the intent of our coming online and streaming is really to engage differently with our group, our volunteers, our partners, and try to give an additional opportunity to um, talk story a little bit more about maybe what you want to hear. So definitely let us know what types of things interest you, types of things that you may want to talk about or that you may want us to clarify or speak to. But also, if you want to come and talk story with us too, we definitely welcome any of you who might want to share some stuff with our greater community of people. So,
Yeah,
welcome
awesome.
back.
Thank you very much. So last year, around this time, we made some canvas bags for 808 cleanups for the holiday season. We still have some. We have a limited selection, so I want to invite you guys to check these out. Historically, we have been giving these out to people who join our Adopt a Site program, so just a little extra incentive. You get one of these bags, your choice of bags, immediately joining the Adopt a Site program. Um, but on top of that, we're talking about maybe starting our own store and maybe offering some novelty shirts and hats and stickers and things like that. Just want to see if you guys are interested in that. We've been working on some designs. But anyway, here's the bags. We have the messenger bag with that beautiful design that Wade created. And it's got the long handles, perfect for the beach. And again, you can get this free with joining the Adopt a Site program. And the other bag is the grocery tote. And both these products are heavy canvas, super stitched. This stuff is strong. I've been using mine the last year. It's been working awesome. And just a little pro tip, they're a little bit rough when you first get them, but if you run them through the wash, super soft. It's full cotton canvas, and really sturdy, really great to work with. So you can get that by joining our Adopt a Site program. So make sure to check that out. And you can join the Adopt a Site program right there in the app on the home screen. You can see the Adopt a Site link. Just click on that, it'll guide you through the steps on where to pick your site. So make sure to check that out.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
And like Kimiona said, we would love to have guest stars on here talking about what they are up to and what they like to do. And if you have any specialties, like maybe with native plants or insects, or um, maybe a background in teaching, or just anything else you'd like to tie into the work we do, we'd love to have you on here.
Speaking of insects, I do want to highlight Mr. Graham, Dr. Jason Graham's work at several different places, really focused on the yellowface bee, which is an endangered species. It's a Hawaiian native bee. And, I had an opportunity to join them yesterday
Mm-hmm.
at their Pollinators in Paradise function. And it was super incredible to just be surrounded with so much knowledge of what importance these pollinators have in the environment. And I just wanted to highlight him, his work, the team. They span several islands and several organizations, but they're doing really incredible work to try and preserve, these super incredible pollinators. So I just want to highlight them, shout out them, check out their information. They also have some stuff going on at Bishop Museum. By all means, go out and support. We support them in their efforts.
Mm-hmm.
We steward some environments. Michael's been leading Kaiwi Coast, which is one of the primary um, environments currently for that population of bees. So the work out there has been highly noted and highly appreciative. So thank you for taking care of that and continuing to steward that space. And yeah, go and check it out at the Bishop Museum. We just wanted to shout out to them as well.
Yeah. On that note, it reminds me just to kind of give everyone just another update on fires and pallet bonfires in general, because that site, Kaiwi, was where we really started tackling that issue, a very
Mm-hmm.
serious issue. That used to be arguably the worst site for pallet bonfires in the island. Now it's moved up to Mokuleia because when we were there last Saturday, we found quite a few, at least 38 pounds of just the nails left behind. So please keep spreading the word on that. We have
Mm-hmm.
all the information on the website, 808clamps.org /fires, FIRES. And the main message is contain all fires. Bring that grill, drum, some sort of containment device. We actually have a portable bonfire shield that's about, I guess, the dimensions of Captain America's shield from the movies, and it's perfect for putting kiawe wood or anything else in there.
Right.
And the key is always put fires out with water and don't dump the coals, ashes out in open environments because that's how wildfires get started. You always want to put it out with water and take the ashes with you either to proper disposal or use in your garden. If it doesn't have additives in it and it's just charcoal and wood, use that for your garden. That's a great amendment to the soil. But again, just help spread the word. We just don't want the nails and the broken glass and just the mess left
Mm-hmm.
in the sand. There was actually the boy visiting Maui recently with his family. He got burned from the fire getting buried under the sand. And that's the other concern with open fires, whether it's pallets or not, is sand does not put out the fires. They actually keep them contained and warm and allow airflow. And we're talking they stay hot for multiple days,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes 2, 3, maybe even longer days. Um, when we've been cleaning them out, sometimes they've reignited on us. That's how hot they stay. So please, please, please contain the fires. We deal with stuff like ocean plastics, and that's an ongoing battle. The less we have to focus on stuff like the pallet bonfires, the more we can focus on those issues, and we'd love to. I'd love
Right.
pallet bonfires to be just a distant memory,
Right.
and that can happen. We've seen a lot of progress. I thankfully deal with a lot less at Kaiwi, but always vigilant in case it returns.
Right.
But there's other spots like Nimitz and the West Side beaches and North Shore beaches like Mokuleia still need that outreach. So if you have any particular interest in helping us with that issue, please let us know.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all. Anything else to add for today, good sir?
I'm good.
We run out the material for today.
Yeah.
Well, let us know as always what you'd like to see us do, and just keep in mind this last quarter of the year. Let's end strong. Let's keep up the cleanup work.
Yeah.
Find ways to incorporate it. We mentioned the Halloween trick or treating. Maybe you can incorporate cleanups along the way as you go house to house or wherever you end up going. You could
Mm-hmm.
always add cleanups to anything. It doesn't have to be just about the cleanup, but cleanups could be added to an existing activity. So
Mm-hmm.
think about that too. Um, Again, with that being said, happy Halloween to everyone out there. And
Yeah. And for those of you that, we got a lot of DIY folks in our group.
mm-hmm,
Maybe this Halloween is an opportunity to kind of expand the norm, the normal idea of handing out individually wrapped packets of things. Maybe there's an alternative to that we haven't really been exploring. And if you have recommendations to that to reduce the litter footprint and the impacts of just single use wrappers and
mm-hmm.
plastics, share that with us, and share that with the organization and the group, so that it kind of inspires our change in model, how we think about things. Um, Definitely don't want to be adding to it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, yeah. Thank you
Just
guys.
thank you guys, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye bye.